there. I'm Kathleen Rendelia. Thanks for tuning in. Just having a little bit of water today. Have you had a glass of water yet? Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about why water can really help with your stress. That's right, good old water. Just plain water. Doesn't have to be fancy, but it can have a huge impact on your mental health as well. So we're going to be talking about that today in our mental health moment. Once again, I'm Kathleen Rendelia. I'm the director at Brandon's House Counseling Center. For those of you who don't know, Brandon's House is a nonprofit mental health counseling center in southern Indiana. Our office is in New Albany, but we serve all the surrounding counties. Basically, if you're willing to drive to us, we'll see you. What makes Brandon's House so unique, though, is that we're free. That's right, completely free. We don't bill insurance. We don't have a sliding scale. Our services are completely 100%, no questions asked, free. Now, why do we do this? Well, because at Brandon's House, we are very dedicated to the idea of removing any barriers that could be in place for adolescents seeking mental health care. So that means that we don't want to say, well, okay, your insurance will pay this many sessions for this long or things like that. Or, well, you can come and see us, but you have to pay $40 or $50 copay every time you come. Those are things that can really be an added stress for a family that's already struggling. So we don't have it. Now, to make sure that we can continue to provide our services for free, we do have fundraisers throughout the year. We just had a really big walkathon a week ago. And again, a big shout out to all of our wonderful sponsors and our participants. Remember to check in on our social media to see who those sponsors were, as well as our winners of who raised the most money individually. Shout out Anya, great job. And the group that raised the most money, Wesley Chapel Youth Group, you did awesome. So thank you to all of you again. Now, our walkathon might be done. We still have a little bit of money trickling in though, and we have raised almost $13,000 with that event, which is wonderful. But hey, we have to keep our doors open all year round, so we always have something going on. And our next fundraiser is coming up this week here, real soon. We have our 31 on the 31st. And that is our GoFundMe campaign, where we ask that you donate, if possible, $31 anytime we have a 31st on the calendar, because $31 is the base cost, just absolute minimum of what it costs us to provide that free counseling session, one session for each teen. So we will continue to provide those services as much as possible, but if you're able to help support and sponsor one of those sessions, could make a big difference in a teen's life. So whenever you see a 31 on the calendar, please donate $31 or more to Brandon's House. Now, also remember that we do have another GoFundMe going on right now, and that's a little bit different. Everything ages eventually, and our front sign, which was awesome at its peak, is starting to show some wear. The wood's rotted through. It's not really working out as well as we would love it to and what it used to be in its heyday. So we have to replace it. And so we have a current GoFundMe campaign going on for $1,000 just for that specific project. So if that's something that you might be interested in helping us to make sure that we can have our front sign so people can both know what Brandon's House is and how to find us, as well as if you drive past and you don't know what Brandon's House is, our new sign will have clear markings for our website, as well as what we are as far as a free counseling center for teens. So that would be definitely something that you can support, and we would greatly appreciate it. We're hoping to have our new sign in in about a week or so here. So we do need that funding pretty soon. So if you're able to support that GoFundMe, we'll include the links and comments below. So that's what we have going on right now. We also are looking forward to this later in the summer and already collecting auction donation items for our auction in August. So if you are interested in that, we will certainly have more information soon on that as well. You can find out more on our website as well. All right, water. How can water help your stress? Any ideas? Well, first off, water is something that our body has already in it. We are a lot of water here, right? But we need it for our organs to function. Specifically, right now we're going to talk about our brain. So when your brain is dehydrated, it doesn't function properly. You can be more confused. You can be more irritable. Your stress levels can go up. So when we talk about mental health, we often talk about stress, and we talk about the chemical cortisol in your body, because that is the chemical that goes up in levels when your stress goes up, right? We don't want high levels of cortisol. We want it to be down. So unfortunately, we see in studies that our cortisol level goes up when we are dehydrated, even if we aren't stressed already. So going about your day, just having a good day in general, but you get busy, you forget to hydrate. Well, even if you are about half a liter less than what you should have of water in your body, so not that dehydrated, but a little bit dehydrated, your cortisol levels already are going up. So you start to feel more irritable, anxious, kind of cranky. By the time you're feeling thirsty, your body already needs fluids, okay? So by then, you need to kind of play catch up. It's not, oh, now I need to drink something. You should drink something, but by then it's a little bit already having those effects on your body. So what can you do about this? Well, easy answer is to drink more water, right? But here's the other challenging part. This is kind of a vicious cycle, because how many of you, when you're stressed, don't take as good of care of yourself? You maybe are putting others ahead of yourself. You're taking care of the kids or your spouse, or you're busy at work trying to focus on getting that deadline completed and met and all those kind of things, right? You're too busy to think about drinking water. So you get a little bit dehydrated. Well, then it makes the cortisol in your body that's already elevated because you're stressed more elevated. And it becomes this hard cycle to get out of. When you're stressed, you also are more likely to dehydrate because your body is going through other symptoms of stress, like increased heart rate, nausea, other things are happening in your organs when they're stressed that use more fluid in your body, which therefore also, yep, you guessed it, increases your cortisol levels. So what can you do? If you need to figure out how to fit more water into your life, right? It's free, so most of the time anyway. You can find water in our country, for most part, that's safe for drinking. Pretty readily available. You can carry it with you, right? There are all sorts of various water bottles out there now that you can carry with you that have markings so you know how much you've drank throughout the day, so you can keep track of when you need to refill, when you maybe need to drink a little bit more. For those who have smartwatches or smartphones nearby, there are apps that will tell you, hey, you need to drink more water. You need to go find more to drink, right? Sometimes they're kind of annoying, but they can remind you if needed. Also, you can work in water into your habits. So, for example, maybe when you sit down to check your email at your computer, you can have a glass of water by you. So, you check an email, take a sip. Or you can have one by your bedside. Often during the middle of the night, you wake up and you're thirsty. It's a good time to hydrate a little bit. You want to spread out the amount of water you drink throughout your day, because drinking all of your water in one time isn't going to make you feel very good and isn't as effective. So you want to fill in those habit times. Maybe you can, find a time that you like to just sit and relax at the end of your day, watch the news, although that's not always super relaxing. Maybe go outside and listen to the cicadas. Do you guys have a bunch of cicadas at your house? Mine has been invaded. Anyway, total side note there. But you want to build in water breaks. And you can be creative. If you don't really like the taste of water, because there are some people that don't, you can infuse it with fruit or things like that that make it taste a little bit better, but don't remove the health benefits of the water. So think about it a little bit, but this week, my challenge to you, my tip is to get a little bit more hydration in your life, a little bit more water, especially as we're reaching warmer temperatures. That is going to use, again, more water out of your body. So hydrate, 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 because it actually will help you to cope with stress, help you to avoid stress in the first place. So drink up a little bit more this week. Remember, at Brandon's house, we have our 31 on the 31st coming up. You can support teens that way. You can also support our teens through our sign campaign that we have going on in order to let people know where we're located, as well as just kind of update our building, because everything needs a little bit of maintenance sometimes. And if you are interested in our auction, please check out our website and what we have info there for auction donations and sponsorship opportunities as well. So, cheers, and I'll see you all next week.